I'm dead ass. I'm
Hey,
asshole of the year, dude.
that
I
just made me
fucking
laugh so hard. You said,
I
my mom.
dude, I popped off to
I seen your
say
Facebook post.
no. When
Give me one.
she owned up to it, man, when she started telling me, but we all know the drill. Joseph.
Warning. The following program is a gaggle of friends talking about happenings in the world. It is meant to be comedic, informative, and not really serious. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or this broadcasting platform. There may be some cuss words, because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are a young person, please seek permission before listening any further. Sincerely, the people of Two Tired Dads. P.S. Don't sue us.
So apparently my mom's friends are doing some did do some stupid ass fundraiser shit where people and you fill out their kids shit and fucking.
I'm ready. I need some pizzas.
Well, apparently I got popcorn on deck because, and my mom thought she was like being cute and funny or, just whatever.
Hey, you. The post said you were losing your mind. Like, but I get it. Like, if somebody just randomly
I was
addressed
saying, if anybody, you like, bro, like,
it went from me to my kid. Oh no, wait a minute. We
okay,
got a problem. Like,
don't tell me I fucking, you know what I mean? No,
you didn't
no.
overreact
Okay,
at all.
was
I
gonna
just
say,
want you to
no.
know, I don't think you overreacted.
I
I think
was,
it's gold. The fact that whenever it comes down to it, it was your mom. That's
hey,
that's
that's the
perfect.
sad part. Like,
Hey, she loves y'all. That's all.
oh, she
That's
was trying to
awesome.
be nice. Dude, we're back. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, hello. Yes, I'm Devin James.
I'm Stacy Bonds.
We are the two
Too
tired
tired
fucking
dads.
dads. Dude, let me, for those who are loyal and thank you, we last week was totally my fault. I'm going to explain it because I didn't really tell anybody what I had going on. So I went to Wrestlemania
Excuse me.
and Thursday I took off for vacation and I went ahead. Also, if you're watching, go ahead and please like and share our shit. But
Please.
Thursday I went to Cape Girardeau and because I had to go pick up Nathan. He can't drive or whatever the fuck, so I had to go pick him up and bring him over here.
Mm.
And so on the way there, I got extremely sick because with my stomach issues, I can't do long car rides. I can't do eating, certain foods and then going on car rides or and things like that. And my stomach's something I'm getting addressed. I'm actually on the countdown for September to get it addressed. Jesus, but fucking 5 months, bro. But to the day. But it's like basically I got extremely sick and Nathan and we left Cape at 5 o'clock and I started sweating to Arnold. Like I was trying to push through to Troy, but when I called you, and I think I called you in either Arnold, right? I'm trying to remember.
Mm-hmm.
So I was in Arnold and I just started sweating and we went to eat and I got some fluids in me. And then after I got the fluids in me, I threw up. And that's when I called Stacy. I said, hey, man, I said, we're not going to be able to do the show. And that was it. And again, I apologize to everybody. It's just when your boy has a stomach like he does. I, it's and then I got sick on the trip to Philly, bro. I woke up
Damn.
fucking Friday feeling like shit. And then because we had to wake up at 3 o'clock. Okay. So I went
Yeah.
to bed at 8 o'clock when we got because I took my time coming home. You know what I mean? I
You're good.
took my time coming home. I got to home at 8 o'clock.
I had to get to the airport.
Right. Woke up, got motion sickness on the fly there because I think airplanes. I think 9/11. So you know where mine goes. Horrible. I know, I'm
I
horrible.
think about the doors flying off right now with the shit they got going on with Boeing. Like,
Right, bro. But it's like, so my anxiety was high the whole time. I was not high, which was another problem. And then when I got to Philly, uh, we couldn't check in right away. She was like, "Well, if you weren't a member, you'd be able to check in early. But since you are a member, you cannot check in till 4." And I was like, "How the fuck does that work?"
makes no sense.
Well, she was like, because if you were to sign up for a rewards or if you want to try to open up a credit card, we can maybe get you in early. And I'm like, dude, I know what you're doing. Fuck you. So I made Nathan sign up and fucking we got in early.
Well played.
Right. Saturday, WrestleMania night 1. It was so we went from so first of all, have you been to Philly, Stacy?
No.
Oh my God. So St. Louis is a very fun sports town, but Philly
Is a sports town.
is a sports town, and St. Louis is the same way as far as they have their venues, but Philly, bro, they have the Wells Fargo Center, which is like boom.
Excuse me.
Then you got the Lincoln Financial, which is literally a walk across, like what equivalent is to from our work to the gravel parking lot, if you know what I'm talking about, or from our work to where the back gravel parking lot,
Okay.
like Lincoln Financial, right?
Yeah.
Then fucking then across from it is the Met Stadium.
Okay.
Really
So
a
it's like in
wall-
a center, basically.
Yes, sir. And then like the fourth building is like what's our ballpark village.
Okay.
You see pictures where we're at the VIP table and everything. That's where like it's like a ballpark village type of thing. And man, do they know how to get down. I mean, we weren't around any Philly. I mean, the Philly fans came out, but Philly's very loyal. But like the wrestling fans, bro, I've never been around it. I got sick at because we were in the nosebleed section, baller on a budget. What's up? And
Still went. Hey, you still got the memory.
it got cold and I don't deal with cold. And then I was very high up in Lincoln Stadium. We were in the note, like in the twos.
Okay.
So it got cold, and I'm pretty sure I had like a PTSD thingy. I mean, I'll talk to you about that after, like, you know what I mean? Like I did, but I did everything I could. I had like the ear pro on because there was fireworks that we were going
Above you. Yeah.
and so again, I was sober and like it was just again, it was fun, but like
a combination.
right. I tried so hard just to focus on the fucking wrestling, but you know when your mind races a million miles a minute because you're not supposed to be outside in the fucking cold watching wrestling. You see airplanes going by and you're high elevation, you think other shit. So you got Perry, your military buddy, and you're sitting next to Perry, and you're like, Jesus fuck, what's wrong with you, man? And so that's whatever. But other than that, it was cool.
Would you do it again?
Fuck yeah.
That's what matters. That's how
Right.
you know it's a good time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because this was the first WrestleMania our group, like I've been with these motherfuckers since.
Did you take Frank?
Shame on you. Hold on. I'm not even going to entertain that.
I still want to meet Frank.
But no,
Did you take? No, just fucking with you.
Taking him to Dynasty, which is 10-day shake. It's an AEW show, which they are just fucking tanking right now. So, which is another thing. We're in the same hotel as the Ring of Honor and AEW production and wrestlers. So here comes Devin James walking in with the Car Shield pitch team belt, and I was wearing that fucking velvet shirt, and I was wearing the black pants. Stacey J, I shit you not. Here's another thing. As you could probably guess, I made Nathan carry all my shit. Except
when you walked in, you looked like a celebrity.
I did. So there's a group of Ring of Honor. Remember that picture I posted with the very first one I posted? Like when I walked in, all 12 of them stood up, like thinking I'm fucking somebody because I am. somebody, and they're all looking at me,
Treat
and
me
they're like,
appropriately.
bro, they acknowledged me. I told Nathan, and while Nathan's filling out the shit, because this all happened like right then and there. My little meltdown was in front of them, like fucking yeah, dude. Like, because I even go, how the fuck does that make sense? If I wasn't, I'm like, do I need to cancel my shit right now and then re-sign up so I could check in early? And when Nathan's filling it out, I go, hey Nathan, hold on. These guys want to take a picture with me. And like the biggest dude goes, well played. And I was like, dude, to be an AEW security guard, you got to like fucking bench press a goddamn semi truck.
Oh shit!
Did you see those dudes in that picture?
I seen it.
They're fucking huge. But other than that,
a life memory worth having.
so we had some events take place while we were gone, man.
Hey, first and foremost, rest in peace to the late great Rita Webb. That's my mom. And then second,
blessings.
Rest in peace to O.J. Simpson, the great.
He didn't do it.
Glove don't fit. He must have quit. It was a son. I'm just saying. I've been saying it all day. I still think it was a son. I read it.
And then he wrote a book. Well, if I did it.
Hey, it's a smart man. How to get paid, right? Like, especially if you didn't do it. Like, you just had a bunch of people read a book that has nothing to do. Just pay me. Hey, I would do the same. So,
how do you label that? Like a nonfiction, a fiction, a tell-all, a sci-fi?
well, I guess you listed fiction. You know what I mean? Is the way first and foremost you would want to do it is fiction. But after that, I have no idea what genre would go in.
Yeah. Well, but other than that, I mean, we had the eclipse. No one died.
Hey, we survived the apocalypse.
No
What's
portals.
That? 3, that's 4, 5 we've survived now?
No portals.
How many you survived in your lifetime? We got the 2011, the 2020.
What was the
We
2011?
survived the pandemic. Or sorry, 2000. The 2000, the millennium.
What was the 2011?
2011 was the war, 9/11. We thought it was the end of the world.
That was 2001.
2001. Sorry, yes. Man, look.
Yeah.
I'm getting old. So again, 2000, you got the millennium.
Yeah.
The computers were going to shut down into the world.
Y2.
2001. Yeah, Y2K.
Yeah.
2001, 9/11.
Right.
Then you have 2020 was just everybody thought it was, the Mayan calendar ending, right?
Okay.
You got 2021, the pandemic. And then we just survived.
Pandemic was 2020.
The eclipse. 2020 into 2021.
Yeah, like
it was almost 2 years.
Yeah.
So,
dude, I survived the tsunami in 2011. I don't know if that counts. World events. Man.
I don't know if it counts as what we thought was the end of the world, but it's definitely something to survive.
Dude, next time that shit happens, not to be sacrilege, would you be opposed if we like bought a shit ton of blow up dolls in a helium tank and then like
just let them go?
Set that
I would be all the way for it.
Like
that would be funny as fuck. Hey, and you got
all the dads who
go
are
to the thrift store and get clothes and just have.
I don't know if the clothes would hold it. I don't know if we'd have to paint it or something. Like we'd have to.
Everybody from here to Cape Girardeau, man, just releasing them. Oh man,
yeah,
we could buy that in bulk, and that'll be funny as fuck.
Or like making a dad challenge. Just put the hashtag 2 tire dads on the leg.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dad challenge. That's the shit. I like that idea. Hey, that's hella funny.
We have to.
I'm with it.
We have to. They would freak the fuck out.
We can do that right after we do the camera launch. Spatial.
We got to do that before the summer. I
got to find a day that'll be clear. I don't want to sit up and just all you see is clouds.
What else happened? I know some overseas shit happened.
Man, look, what I'm on standby right now is Russia just implemented the draft. Any military member or male under the age of 35 is now going straight to Russian military.
Congratulations.
No, I mean, if you really think about where we're at and what we're dealing with.
When's the draft start?
It's already started.
Oh, they're saying, hey, Russia's in a draft, baby.
Yes, they're doing it. Wow. That has to make you think they're getting ready for war. You got all these countries, Russia, Syria, Yemen, Lebanon, all of these people borderline on Israel, ready to blow their ass off the map. It's It's looking real World War III-ish right now. Let's just say that. It's looking real World War III.
So, if the U.S. implemented a draft with those same standards, man,
You'd be going.
bro, I would be like, look, brubs. I
How
mean,
many people you think will go AWOL? There's so many people that were trying. They said Russia had a mass fleet yesterday. People just taking off, leaving. So many people just up and out the country. Wives left solo because men aren't wanting to go to the military to fight for them. And you're right, Paul. I would agree with that if it wasn't for the fact the Ohio militia, right? We forget about all these militias that they've been prepping forever. You know what I mean? Our military may be weak, but our home front isn't.
oh, damn right. I mean, never mind. I don't know what I can say and can't say, but it's
You
like
can say whatever.
I was saying when fucking like today, what Stacy and I were referencing at the beginning of the show, a couple months ago, I got a package that was a random thing of popcorn. So it was addressed to me and my family with no one fucking saying who it was. Time goes by. I made a post giving thank you. No one owned it. So today I walk in, Carrie freaking the fuck out. And my wife, she's not a weak bitch. She's a strong woman. But she wasn't like freaking like, ah! It was just like, hey, I need to bring something to your attention and I need you to
Who the fuck is
listen.
this?
Well, she said, I need you to listen before you react.
Okay.
Because she does.
I
Okay.
know.
Okay. So she had everything laid out. And she had basically someone sent a package of popcorn, but it was just addressed to our boys, Sam and Oliver. And nothing as well, no fucking whatever. So Carrie goes, I'm about to make a post. I said, nope, I am. And basically, in this Facebook post that I made like 40 minutes ago and deleted like 20 minutes ago, basically, I said, here's what happened. Here's what I got. You guys have till 8 p.m. to show up until I grab Nathan and fucking
Hunt you
find his
down.
address and, hunt your ass down. And fucking, they came forward. I didn't mean to. I love you and love you, the boys. And it was just to be surprised. Don't freak out. But basically, I'm ready to kick down doors. I don't think our current military folks are ready to fucking. They have to use ACOGs to use on a rifle qual. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
but you'd be surprised how many there. Man, look, you go down through Louisiana, Georgia, them Southern boys. They got 10-year-olds out there plinking shit with iron sights. So I mean, I agree with Paul. Our home front's good. It'll probably be a cyber attack or a nuke. I really don't think that though. If you want to know the truth, I think they're weakening our infrastructure slowly. Right? They've already done power grid tests to see what they could knock out with different power grids. They just took out one of our biggest, trade routes,
yep.
and they've been weakening bridges all over the country. Who's to say we're not going to see more train flips, spills, disasters? There's a way to strategically do things and maneuver it one by one for the big attack, right? War is won through battles. It takes multiple battles to achieve the war win.
Hence the
And
ultimate.
right now we're dealing with a lot of minor battles on the home front, from invasion from foreign aid, invasion from Biden, basically. That the battle we're losing right now. So the longer it goes, it's very well possible that it doesn't have to be brought to our home front for us to lose the war. You cripple our economy through Bitcoin, through cryptocurrency, through BRICS. First stage. Second, you kill our trade routes, up our gas prices. Hell, my gas was $4.29 yesterday. My fucking head spun. Yeah, who you telling? I was like, what the fuck? Like, I had to look at the gas pump twice. I was like, when the fuck did this happen? But slow and steady. You take our money away, you take our funds, you make us hungry, you make us fight each other, then you invade. It's a very systematic strategy. And it looks like it's slowly working.
Here's what's scary to me, and maybe Jimmy needs to fact check this, but again, like, we can say whatever the fuck we want. From what if I there maybe you heard this. I'll just say it as a question. Stacey J, listeners, is our government assisting American citizens who are housing dreamers.
Yes,
Financial assistance, like if you take in a family, the government's going to.
1,500 a person. Now I want you to take this and I want you to think about something deeper, right? Why is it that BlackRock owns or actually did 46% or something like that of the purchases of private homes between 2021 and 2024? Now you take it and you think they've been buying multifamily homes, right? Or multi-bedroom homes, I'll say. So you got 3 or 4 bedrooms. Now you house 4 militant men in there at 1,500 a month. You're going to get your money back tenfold on what you invested, right?
Damn it.
You're going to get your money out of it. Everybody's wondering why they were buying up all these houses. Now it's the bigger picture is coming out, and the bigger picture really looks like they're going to get rich. It's a money laundering scheme to pay them off. Because if you think they've bought 6-bedroom houses in Chesterfield, I do know that.
Mm-hmm.
You take 6-bedroom house, you can fit 10 to 12 people in that house. 1,500 a person.
I have a calculator, so do
We're
it.
just gonna 1,500
Times
12,
10, 12.
times 12. We'll do times 12. What do we got?
18K, Jimmy.
Now I want you to take that and multiply it by 12.
216.
That's one house that can hold 12 people.
And you said how many houses in the Chesterfield?
Well, I don't know how many are in Chesterfield. That's one that I know of, right? But then you want to talk that they've bought up 46% of the housing market. So let's say that maybe they bought, we're going to go on the low end, 100,000 houses.
Times 100,000 equals calculator broken at 2. Yeah, 216 a lot.
So we're at either 216 million or a billion, depending on the size of the calculator. We can't tell. Either way, at $216 million a month is what they're going to be generating off these houses.
Dude.
And then you want to know why American people can't afford to buy a house. The interest rates are through the roof because the banks are collecting on this, right?
Right.
BlackRock and the owners of these houses are collecting on it.
And we have homeless.
You have exactly where I'm going. That's exactly where I'm going. But you're telling me that you can't afford to house the homeless. Let's really look at that bigger picture. Is the world, is the United States $216,000 off of one house 1 year. Okay. You just say they got 10 houses, just 10. That's your 2 million right there a year. Now we're saying 100,000. We're in the billions at this point. You're generating billions of dollars off of houses that you've stripped away from Americans who now no longer can afford it and have to go rent your property.
Right.
You've made us so destitute that people are really considering housing illegal immigrants.
Right.
You have crime rates skyrocketing, but they're trying to say, oh, the world crime is down. But yet they made it where you don't have to federally report your police reports anymore if you're a local jurisdiction. So Miami, Florida, New York, California, all of them have pretty much gone without reporting. So you get to the major cities, Chicago, Los Angeles, Miami, again, you get into New York City. If they're not reporting their crime rates, and we know that this is where the influx of immigrants have been,
right?
What are we looking at? You see new videos every day surfacing
They're
of illegal
staging
aliens.
it up.
They're prepping. They're prepping. They want to make America look as great as possible for Biden. But in reality, it's worse than it's ever been. From inflation to crime to just the cost of living is insane. We're at a place that I want to see in 5 years how many people can really sustain. Because we're getting to a point now where if we could all come together, I actually posted this on Facebook. If we could all come together for an eclipse, why can't we come together to overthrow the government? You got to really think about it. We're at a point in time where taxation without representation. They threw tea into the harbor for 2% taxes, man.
And here we are.
At 56% on average. Nationwide, 56% of your income goes to some form of taxes. When do we fight? I say we fight. We launch all the inflatable baby or dolls or whatever,
Yeah.
and that's the distraction to begin the war. Real shit. We don't need to attack each other. We just eat the rich. Ain't that what they say?
Well, I mean, I was thinking something different.
Okay.
Nothing like that. But I think like a good joke would be like you, me, and Casey like walk into the zoo and then just start sprinting out screaming, and hopefully it causes a chain reaction where everyone else like starts screaming and runs
Yeah,
out
you can
the
get in
zoo.
trouble for mass hysteria.
But we can't get in trouble for coming together, man.
In my mind, if you come together and you work, we are the government. We
Oh,
the
you're saying
people.
I got you.
We the people. That's the
You're
first
saying we do
lines of the
pointless
Constitution.
dumb shit is dumb.
No, I'm saying that the come
Pranks are
together that
dumb.
I want, no, because I've already told you that I want to do pranks. I think that we're at a point in time where we the people really have to stand up. We're in a blessed position that we can provide.
We
We're also with that position becomes a target.
we
And at a point in time, you have to ask. I mean, we make good money, and there's still times that shit can come up short.
dude,
So
that's why I'm about phase one should be over in about 3 months. 4 or 5, and that's technically 2 months behind schedule, which isn't bad considering I had to start the year off buying a fucking car. You
facts,
know, like
facts.
I told you about that fucking headache.
Yeah,
So, like, considering, yeah, I'd like to pat myself on the back, dude. Like, matter of fact, as soon as phase one's done, like, we're getting steaks, like, straight up.
I'm
And
still waiting on sushi, but I'm down for
I
steak over
think I
sushi
can't,
any day of the week.
I don't know if I can do sushi ever again at this point,
It's
but
probably the shit that's fucking with your stomach, all that raw meat.
no, the stomach was fucked back in 2021, man. But, like, no, it's just like, no, sushi. I always go for miso soup, so maybe I'll just go there to drink it, man. But, dude, what else is new in the world? Russia's fucking drafting up, is my point of that story. So, what do you think they're going to start patrolling the streets of St. Louis County, man?
Who, us?
No, Russians. You think they're just going to
No,
fucking with
no.
if they're beefing up the
China will.
motherfuckers?
China will.
Oh shit!
China already has police headquarters here in America. They've shut down a couple of them, but there's still a bunch. We're gonna look outside one day and we're gonna see Chinese patrol or NATO. Everybody thinks that for some reason that we can't be touched. Russia's got some shit over there, man, that
Yeah,
they can touch us.
yeah,
Don't think they can. I think Putin realizes that it's a corrupt system and that's not us as people, so he's being kind of sovereign on the situation. But I think
sure.
that if we get involved, he's going to show how quick a mass casualty event can happen over here. So I think that we're at a point in time where we just got to really watch the surroundings, watch large groups of people. And I mean, people say that all the time, but I think we're really at that stage. There's enough insurgents in the building that you might want to watch. You know, this summer could be really crazy. They're pushing a lot of gun control issues. They're pushing a lot of
Yep.
people control issues. You know what I mean? So we got to watch what goes on, how it plays out. I will say that the one cool thing, is we're on the countdown to kindergarten on our end. So I'm just hoping we can make it to kindergarten without crazy shit going off. He's so excited for it. So I definitely want to make it to it.
Illegal Chinese police stations. Well, I guess they wouldn't be legal, right? Because
How'd they get the building? How did they open?
man,
Ask yourself that. It don't matter if it says illegal. How the fuck did they get there? They were purchased. There's Chinese writing on the front of these buildings. Where the fuck did they come from? How the fuck did they get there? And how did not get noticed or go under the rug for so long? Right?
all right.
These are the things that we have to look at. And it's the shit that's not talked about in the news, right?
That's
And
crazy, man.
It's fucking crazy. What's crazy is this price of baby formula. I feel horrible for newborn fathers. You're seeing the price of fucking baby formula through the roof. Went up $100 overnight, basically. You're looking at things that literally most formula has doubled in price at this point. The same formula that we were buying back when it was $20 is now $69.98. That's 5 years. Okay.
Oh.
Just put in perspective. So this shit is it's expensive to be a parent. It's expensive to be a dad, but goddamn, I don't know if they're trying to stop us from having babies. Like, I don't know what the game plan is, but hey, you're gonna get 8 out of house and home if you got a newborn.
Man, it's like everything costs so much. Is an understatement. Like
Everything is doubled.
when airport prices seem normal, that's how you know like
Shit's
we're
too
at the
expensive.
bad. Yeah.
But I mean, you look at any world power,
Yeah.
the economy reached a point where it couldn't sustain and then they fell. We're at that point. It's funny when you see IKEA commercials where they're marketing that we're cheapening the price. You're still overpricing it because I got to put this shit together. I got to do all the work myself.
Yeah.
You're using cheap ass plywood. But you got to really think the advertising now is we're making it cheaper, right? Everything comes from China, man. We go to war with China, we're not going to be able to afford to live.
Yep.
Everything we're using right now, Chinese made. And like, we got to really think about, you think we're going to go to war with them? Or you think we're going to submit?
I would most certainly hope not. Like submit, and
We already have. We've
if
given up
they,
so much farmland.
that's understatement of the century. What I'm saying is, it can go two ways. If they do submit, they have to come to me, and I have to fight the strongest Chinaman across from me. I will win. And the second,
I'm not saying you can't fight. Have you seen some of these motherfuckers? Have you seen the video? I'm going to send it to you of the kindergartners.
oh no, I think you
In
have.
China.
You sent me, yeah, where they're doing like Taekwondo gun shit.
All types of shit. You're like,
yeah,
they're fucking
like
5
training
and they can
camp.
do more shit than most adults. Like,
Yeah, 100%.
it's fucking scary. Like,
Well,
fuck.
here's how scared I am. I can't, again, stomach can't be doing a lot of shit. I started walking just to start it slowly get physically ready. Because if I figure I go out nighttime walks. So something's gonna pop off, I think, around September. I just hope I'm not like on bed rest when this whole thing pops off.
You think we're going to make it to September?
Yeah.
Right before elections?
Yeah, that's gonna be the key thingy. I think something stupid is gonna happen in September.
What you throw me a random what you think might happen?
I don't know. It's gonna be, listen, all eyes are always in the Middle East whenever something stupid.
I can tell you what's going to happen. They're going to bomb Israel and we're going to get involved.
Who's we or who's they?
Everyone surrounding them, from Yemen to fucking Iran, has already
Iran's
made it
gonna
clear they're going
bomb
to bomb
Israel?
them. Like,
Right.
fuck yeah. Like,
Where's Russia play into this with Israel?
they're already on the border. They're ready to invade.
Russia wants Israel as well.
Russia is on the borders of Israel. You look into
Shit
world
balls.
news and you can pull it up right now. Russian soldiers. There's a reason Israel is pulling all of their people out of Iran, out of Yemen. They're bringing them all home. Is they're getting ready for a war on the home front.
Let's see here.
The way they're out there literally
Russia.
slaughtering other cultures.
Russia, what is it? Where Israel?
Russian military on Israel, or on the banks of Israel. However you want to type it in.
Russia, Israel, Palestine. Russia, Israel.
Russian troops versus Israel.
Troops. Russia,
Who they
Germany, and UK urge resistance as Iranian threat puts Middle East on edge. Russia, Germany urge resistant amid Iran threat.
Iran is not playing with these people, man. These motherfuckers got money. I don't know why people think that we're the only country with money. These motherfuckers really got it. They got gold. in their buildings. This is how smart they were securing their gold. They used it and built their infrastructure with it. So if shit goes sideways and we need money, we can just knock this building down, take the gold dome, melt it down. We got money. People look at it as though they're being exuberant. No, they're smart. You're not going to go steal a roof off of a building. You're not going to go steal a gold toilet. These people have money literally sitting underneath them.
Bro. Understatement.
And when you're talking about us, where's the gold in America? Because it sure the fuck ain't at Fort Knox. You don't think we're sending all this shit to other places? Hell, India probably got more gold than us. You seen their gold markets?
No, I don't pay attention to that shit, unfortunately.
But in reality, these are the like, I'm the economical dad, right? Like,
Okay.
I look at where the money goes. Where can you go to make money, right? So you can go into India, you can buy gold. You can go to Africa, buy gold for cheaper than you can get it in America, right? The problem is you can't import it to America. They're going to seize it. Why? Because they're not going to allow you to go overseas, get a bunch of gold, and come back rich. Yes, I did see that. I did. So that's a good one. Tag Paul. This shit was real. They actually took a cow, shipped it over to Israel for the sacrifice. I did not know that it was for the property of the Dome of the Rock. If that, I mean, that's biblical prophecy right there. I mean, but I also feel like right now they're trying to stage a biblical prophecy. I think they're trying to do everything to make it look that way so the false prophet can come in and push an agenda. But who really knows what, I do know that red heifer going over there is a very, that's something from a religious point of view people really need to pay attention to.
What the fuck happened? What is when was that?
That was literally it was like within the last week.
So they sent a red cow over for what?
For the eclipse, for them to sacrifice.
What?
Yeah.
And where's the red cow now?
Dead.
Who ate him?
It was sacrificed.
They just said
they slit the throat and burn it.
They
speak Hebrew, not Russian. You're good, but as far as exactly what Paul's talking about, the Jewish temple is on the land of the Dome of the Rock. So with the Dome of the Rock being built, right, it was built where the original Jewish temple was. And again, like Paul just said, they want to rebuild the Jewish temple, which again, like he says, has to remove the Dome of the Rock. And when they blow up the Dome of the Rock, World War III will commence. That is one that you can just say flat out will happen. If they destroy the Dome of the Rock, which they've talked about several times, if that does happen, you can guarantee we're entering a war state. And who's to say that doesn't come in September? There's so many biblical numbers that are, they're throwing around, and who knows what's what, unless you have the original Gregorian calendar and things like that. But I do know there's some crazy shit going on.
The Dome of the Rock is an Islamic shrine at the center of the Al-Aqsa Mosque compound
in Israel,
the Temple Mount,
Jerusalem,
in the old city of Jerusalem.
Yeah.
What is the rock? What is the Dome of the Rock in the Bible? The foundation stone of which Jews believe the world was created is thought to be located within the compound, is usually identified within the rock. So they think so, and I'm just this is correct me when I'm wrong. So if this makes sense, they're saying that
the Jews are
the Jewish homies are like, hey, this golden motherfucking piece right here is where everything started.
Well, so what you got to remember now, and what you got to realize, is there's been a temple built there before. They tore down the temple.
Okay.
They burnt the temple.
Okay.
Then they rebuilt the temple.
Okay.
Then they burned the temple again and built the Dome of the Rock. That's why he goes to the third Jewish temple. When they build that third Jewish temple in biblical times, that's when prophecy starts to everything comes together.
Okay.
Now, where we have to realize is in Islam, if you blow up that Dome of the Rock, they're going to war for that. Okay, like they've already made it clear mass slaughter will happen if that building is destroyed. Okay.
So we're on the same page. Now it's like, so if they take the Dome of the Rock down, Hamas is going to be like, fuck you.
Correct.
That's what everybody's fighting about.
That's not what this has been going on for fucking centuries. You know what I'm saying? At this point,
That war,
Um,
that is what this is. That's what their war is about.
that's not what the whole war is about.
Okay.
That is their war, the
Okay.
Israel-Palestinian people.
We. That's
Okay.
what I meant. That's what.
Yeah.
We.
So, but theirs has always been over religion.
Jesus Christ, where's my grandpa when I fucking have like 50 billion questions now? You know what I mean?
Man, fire away. I might have answers.
Oh, I'll just say, so this is what has been going on. Like every time you hear the news
This
about
goes back to biblical times.
this has been, so this whole ongoing war is over the dome.
It's over the land.
Right. But mostly if you fuck that dome up, we're fucking you up, is what I'm hearing though.
Correct. So there was a truce built around it when it was built that they weren't going to destroy it, that they were going to share the land, basically,
Okay.
right?
Right.
Israel's to a point that they don't want to share the land. Okay.
Why?
There was a point in time that Palestine and Israel lived literally hand in hand. Muslims used to babysit Jewish kids on the
CBD.
Sabbath day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Jewish families used to babysit Islamic kids on, you know what I'm saying, their day. There was a peace at a point in time. Now, I just think there's been so much shit that's gone on, genocide, realistically, with what's going on now. Do we know what the true cause of what's going on right now is? No. Right? We as the people, we can turn to where it started, which is biblical time and war over this land. They want ownership of that land. What I think right now is they want access to that. Israel wants access to that port because that's going to make them a trade power. Right? Now, on the other side, Palestine's like, fuck that. You gave us this land telling us to stay the fuck away from your land. And now you're invading this land. So
crazy.
It's do we know what really is the cause of everything? When you turn to the Bible and you turn to the book, it's religion. Okay? It's land, it's what it represents. You know what I mean? But from the dad's point of view, it is a bunch of rich motherfuckers that just want property rights.
Dude.
And like honestly, I don't support any genocide on any side. But I will say Israel since 1953 when they or 54 when they came into existence has pretty much been the heart of wartime for a long time. So I'm to a point where I would say let them hash it out. I don't know what you guys think as viewers, but we're definitely at a point in time where we need to let them hash out their differences and we don't need to be involved. We're already considered Babylon by a lot of other countries. Let the motherfuckers hash that shit out on their own.
Dude,
we don't need to be involved.
I
got another one for you really quick though before we go too far.
No.
Did you hear Russia putting into law that they outlawed LGBTQ in the agenda?
I haven't heard any of that shit.
Yeah.
Well, what I'm saying is this is freaky because fucking the whole time in Philly I was having weird ass dreams. Right? The whole fucking time.
Were you smoking while you were there?
No.
That's why.
And take that back. I was, but like no, I'm rereading it like around 5 o'clock. But then like the time I got back was like 1 o'clock in the morning. So obsolete. It was my grandpa each time. And it's like I saw him when I was in the plane. I saw him in the hotel. Fucking nothing. But every time we were together, he was either driving and like I heard like a radio. It sounded like NPR, and it was always talking about this shit. Literally the war, Palestinian war, and the whole fucking time. He also had a Bible. Like I could tell, I couldn't read it because like you could tell it was a Bible. I'm telling you, it's just all fucking weird that this is. I'm learning about this shit. Makes me want to like burn everything and start reading the Bible.
Well, I mean, I'm
Not
not
even
saying
like
burn
trolling.
everything, but I will say I
saying.
think now is the time that everybody needs to turn to it. Interpret it how you choose to interpret it, because it is meant for interpretation. But I think at the end of the day, hey, we need Jesus. And I know it sounds crazy for those who aren't religious. I know it sounds crazy for those who may be atheist, whatever it may be.
That's it.
All I
That's
can
it.
say, all I can say on this end is if you think that the fucking fart from a cow has no effect, it does. How the fuck you?
Starting
real
tonight, I'm reading the Bible. I have
Oh,
yet
yeah.
to do it. Where's
Hey.
Jesus at? See,
Definitely do. If you need one, I got several.
no, I got him upstairs. What I'm saying is, I've been baptized because the reason why I've always grew up on the Jesus, but Jesus and I are cool, so I need to read it.
Jesus is good with everybody. Everybody that wants to turn to him and talk to him, he's there anytime. I will say the reason why I say the cow fart, right, is it's these little bitty things that we think aren't shit in life that play a major factor. It puts the gases into the atmosphere, the blades of grass under your feet. The way this ecosystem runs so smoothly. The only people that really fuck up the ecosystem is people. Okay? Like if you really think about it, lions know their place, hyenas know their place, elephants know their place. They know when to migrate, they know what to do. People are the only people that are seeking some kind of, I need to be here, right? Money, greed, right? Root of all evil. So it's
glorious purpose.
I don't care what your religion is. I don't care if you believe in religion. But we all have to agree one thing. This shit, our world, is not a coincidence. It is definitely planned and mapped. And if you believe that, then you have to believe there's a creator. And then you got to find the creator that you want to believe in.
Do you think we're in a matrix?
Yes, sir.
Whoa!
No, I don't. No. I'm reading put that guru up. And you're not wrong. You're fine. Like Guru said, I'm not religious, but I'm very spiritual. We need Jesus, Yeshua, Yahweh, the one true Christ. His name is translated in those different ways. He has many names. Okay? Many names. But there's one creator. That doesn't mean that other religions
are obsolete.
No, it doesn't mean that they don't stem from the same thing. Because realistically, when it all boils down to it, the golden rule is the golden rule, and it's pretty much preached through every book. Treat others the way you want to be treated. That shouldn't be that hard. But for some reason, you want to know what makes it hard? Greed, gluttony, your deadly sins, envy.
Good movie.
You know what I mean? But these are things that when you really look at it, it all boils down to the same thing. It's unfortunate there's bad apples in the bunch that will take from the next to provide for their own. But we as people created that atmosphere that has to happen, right? That's now a part of our ecosystem. So I don't believe any of this is coincidence. I don't believe, any of it could be a coincidence. In fact, when you got CERN trying to spin particles to create the God particle, and you got all these scientists now that have denounced the Big Bang Theory and are trying to figure out if you're trying to find the God particle, that means there's a God. Okay? We have to admit it. Now, when you got the scientists saying that, and they're spent billions on billions to try to find it, that should tell you something.
My favorite was when they fucking were like, we might have opened a portal, like in the tube of justice for CERN.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro.
They said that they had one. They opened it, and that they've, sent things through it. So if you think about that, this is the thing. Spiritual warfare is not seen. It's felt. You ever been in church and you feel like all the hair on your body stand up because something that was said just struck so close to home?
Guilty. Yeah.
That's the spirit. You didn't see it, but it touched you.
Mm-hmm.
You felt it. Demons do the same thing. You don't have to see them, but you can feel them.
Whoa.
You ever had that random ass, crazy ass thought? Like, for instance, perfect example, when you're standing
Preach.
in a really tall building and you look over the edge and you have that stupid ass thought of jumping. That's a demon. Because no person in their right mind is going to say, oh, let me jump. Now, granted, they have, psychiatric and psychologists that have given it a term and all this shit.
Oui.
Or we could just say that's an evil spirit coming over you trying to persuade you, but you're smart enough to know better. Right? These are the things that people don't think about. When you have those moments, for instance, you witness a car accident and you were a few feet away.
Yeah, I was there.
Right? All the hair on your body stands up.
Yeah.
The spirit was with you.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't you in that.
I felt
we can
that.
say
everything
everything
man. I remember.
is a coincidence, right?
Oui.
But you know when it's there because you feel it. You feel good, you feel evil. You can say it's vibrations, you can say it's whatever you want to call it, right?
Oui. Oui.
You feel it, you don't see it. That's the same thing with spiritual warfare. We could open these portals and we think ain't shit coming out of it.
Oui.
You done let 1,000 demons about that motherfucker. You could have let 1,000 angels out of it. You don't know what came out of it. We just know that there was activity within it. Sound wave was connected, was found, right? We know that we opened it. Okay. We're playing with physics and shit at a whole nother level, trying to collide these atoms to find black matter and find this shit. Who's to say that shit don't hit and a black hole opens? Shit just starts disappearing.
Oui.
When you talk about the Mandela effect, a lot of this shit didn't start happening until CERN started playing around. If you haven't heard of the Mandela effect, for those listening, that's like the cornucopia and the Fruit of the Loom logo. That's like the Bernstein Bears. There's all these little things that things change, right?
Shazam.
Shazam. Perfect example. I know it existed. I saw the movie. You know what I mean? But there's also another part of it where you have to say, is the science playing with us, or is this people time traveling and going back and making small changes that when they open that portal, they time travel, hypothetically, right? They go back and they kill a butterfly. Like the butterfly effect, right? They come back and they try to see what's changed. Now they go back to that same time, and instead of killing the butterfly, we kill the roach.
Whoa.
Now we come back. What's changed? Too much has changed. All right, we're going to go back. You know what I mean? There's got to be a control factor in the room. When you think about this, they've said, and this is from one of the scientists in the room, that said when CERN got turned on, they had to have a certain amount of people in the room, because if someone went through the portal and came back, they had potential of losing a person in the room. What the fuck? The fuck are y'all doing? You could lose a whole person. That sounds like time travel. Movies have been proven to be real time and time again. The butterfly effect is one of those that if you really watch it, you can see that being true.
Bro.
We go back and hypothetically, you kill Hitler. How different would the world be?
Oh.
What
Bro.
would exist and what wouldn't?
Can I hypothetically tell you how I would kill Hitler, bro? If we had a time machine?
Would you?
Stacy, let
Would
me
you?
tell you how I would do it.
Can I ask why?
Street cred?
I'm just curious on but how would you do it?
Okay. I would get a real Captain America outfit. I would get the fucking shield. I would get the mask and everything. And then I would click the button. And then I would say, halt! I am Captain America. And I'll take off my shield and I'll throw it at him. It'd probably fucking miss. So then that way I have to pull the shotgun from my hip. Pa-pow, pa-pow. All while wearing a GoPro. Like in my fucking Captain America outfit. And then fucking get my little fucking thing. boop, back to current time. Plug in. 2 tired dads.
And what if you don't
Upload.
exist? What if you go back to your house and there's no Carrie, there's no kids?
Then I become evil Captain America and go on a fucking rampage.
But you caused it.
Oh. Then I would understand my true calling and I'd have to like just become Kang the Conqueror. Because now I have a time traveling device and I
But
can
who's to
fucking
say-
do that.
Who's to say you don't go back?
Okay.
You kill them.
Okay.
You stay.
Okay.
You get crazy notoriety,
Yeah.
and you change the whole world.
Yeah.
There's things that. This is the thing about.
Easy. I
Well, hear me
go
out.
back in
This
time
is-
to the point I left after being there for
Well,
like
this
20
is the
years.
thing about people, right?
Yeah.
We can say we would time travel. Like you hear these stories, people would. I'd go back to the slave plantation with. I've heard this one. I'd go back to a slave plantation with 200 round drums and an AR-15. Right? I'll take over the South. Would you? Or would you take over the plantations and change your family's history? So this is the thing about when you get that power, right?
Okay.
A lot of power starts with a good thought and ends in evil ways. Because greed goes into play, ego goes into play, right?
Honestly, I would.
So unless you're on like a time frame, like I have 30-minute window when I go here to do this and I have to be back here at this location to go back, you could find yourself in a position that you could be hailed a hero and put into statues if you go to the right time. I
I'd
mean,
be like Cable or Bishop. Bishop. You ever watch? You like comics?
I don't read them, but I've watched. I know who Bishop is.
Bishop. He's the time traveler that goes back and does mercenary shit for good.
But the thing is, and I'm not saying nothing against it, right? I'm
Yeah.
just saying this is where you get into the effect of shit. What would you affect?
Multiverse.
Because you can go back to who was it? The lady shooter, Annie, was it
Oakley.
Annie Oakley, yeah, had a chance to take Hitler out or Stalin. It was
Whoa!
It was Stalin, I believe.
No way.
They asked her why she didn't take the shot. Like these are things that you go back in history.
Jimmy, fact check that now.
Hey, please do. I want to.
I know. I
say
need
it was
to
either
know.
Hitler or Stalin.
I'm not calling you a liar.
Oh, you're fine. But how much does that change the course of history? And why would we go to Hitler and kill him when we could go so much further back? Would you not want to go take out Genghis Khan? He was one of the most ruthless killer in history.
Honestly, couldn't we hijack somebody instead of kill them? Like just.
So now that is another good one, right? You brought up my next scenario. Couldn't you go back, Navy SEAL Team 6 shit, zip tie them up and bring their ass back?
I'd love to bring Genghis Khan and just sit him down here in zip ties and put a headset on him. And
man, do you know how ruthless that man was? I don't think anybody. You would have had to have taken him dead. That was one of the rulers that in the world.
He damn near held the whole world in his hand.
Yes, he was a bad son of a bitch.
He was the last world ruler, right? Like he was the last.
He wasn't of that area of Mongolia. He was, but as
Who's
far
the
as
last world ruler?
Well, there's still not world rulers. Technically, the world rulers is England. They still rule the world now.
Whoa. I still think, like,
hell, the Jews really rule the world if you really want to talk about it.
No.
It's a dangerous timeline.
Genghis Khan.
But these are things that when you think about history, like we only think about the history we're taught, but if you really think about some of the shit that could be changed and how much shit would change if just certain things were done. Like for instance, if you went back and killed Genghis Khan as a baby, right?
Yeah.
You realize that probably a third of the population wouldn't exist.
Oh, I didn't think about that. Oh, you got to think about it.
So much. When he invaded and raped and pillaged and did all this crazy shit he shouldn't have been doing, in their time, that was life. His DNA is still being found in a crazy amount of people.
Well, hold on. So with that being said, do you believe in one timeline or do you believe in the multiverse?
I believe that we're all on one timeline, jumping timelines.
Oh, so you think there's one sacred timeline?
And I think we're trying to find our way back to it.
Whoa.
I think we were knocked off of it, and we're trying to find our way back to it. And when we do, I think that's when you're going to see raptures, and you're going to see lake of fire, and you're going to see things that hopefully, if you're of the chosen, which they say there's not a lot of chosen ones, but if you are of the chosen, hopefully you don't see the crazy. But if not, you're going to live 7 years of fucking hell.
Well, I'll say 2012, there was a multiversal shift. I'll give you that.
Definitely things changed for sure. Well, they say that's when we went into the new age. Like now we're in the age of Aquarius, right?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, Zodiac, if you want to get into Zodiac and astrology, that goes into why I believe we're in a dome. Because there's no way these stars are positioned all the time in the same exact fucking place in this wide, vast Milky Way galaxy they want to say we have.
Here, let's write it down. Next week, we're going to go strictly astrology. Legit.
Okay.
Everything. Even all the way from legit astrology to Greek shit to government operations affiliating astrology.
Say it again. Astrology.
Government affiliation
history.
With astrology to the current
history,
and
then
men,
astrological signs. But I mean, real life, you think about it, the North Star has been in existence since the Bible.
I'm down.
I mean, it's been before that, obviously, but that was a documented thing in the Bible. Follow the North Star. So, if that star has been in the same position for 7,000 years. That makes you wonder, does it not?
I am with you 100%. I'm with you 100%. I would love to look into that more. I'm intrigued.
We'll definitely do some reading. You're going to start your Bible. Me and little man have been reading the Bible every day for a minute. He loves it.
I'm going to legit go balls deep.
Well, so really quick, this will be the last thing we say, and then we're going to have Jimmy come on because I got to get to Target. But as far as this is where you go into the months. And I think I talked about this before with you about the Gregorian calendar and how some months have 31 days, some have 30.
Yeah.
You go into the cycle, the moon phase of 4 weeks. When you break down everything through astrology, there should be 13 months, right? Which is why October should be the 8th month, right? You get into April Fool's Day was really the day that Jesus was sacrificed, or his born day. It's one or the other whenever you deal with the Jewish, you know what I mean, community, and you go into they're practicing. But think about how much taking a month away empowers. That's 1 month less of pay, right? We're just going to say it on our level. But how much shit changes over the course of 1,000 years, right? Yeah. If we change the month at this point, we take it from 13 months to 12 months. How much does the calendar shift?
Wow.
How many days off, how many years off are we truly when it comes down to the real calendar? Because there are real calendars out there that, you know, you can go back in time. You can look at some of the old encyclopedias way back that show 13 months. Not encyclopedias, but noted documentation through history. When you get into the encyclopedia, there's a lot that goes on that has been changed from just 1912 to current. Why do you think they took the encyclopedias off the shelf? They got to hide knowledge. Encyclopedia Britannica, they no longer make it. You can find it online, but you can't find it in hard copy anymore because they realize the power of putting shit on paper. Because there are people that are still finding this shit from 1901, 1912 that they can pull out, and they show a world map that's totally different than ours. So I want you to do into that research as well. World maps and shit like that. But yes, you are correct, Marcel. I do believe that is correct. That is Jesus's birthday was April 1st. That's why they call it April Fool's Day. You know, like there's a lot of things that
Next week should be astrology. I have to know.
Google research 13 months.
I'm doing it. I've literally been writing. I'm doing it as I am like, yes. Astrology. Palestine. Iran.
Israel.
The
history of the Dome of the Rock.
Russia. dome full of gold, Jimmy.
Literally. Like I said, they put it in the infrastructure.
I'm Devin James.
I'm Stacy Bonds.
We are
Two
tired.
tired dads.
And we're both crazy. Especially when it comes to the kids, man.